Once upon a time, in a small, quiet town, there lived a washerman. The washerman was a simple man who worked very hard every day. He lived in a little house with a small yard. He was not alone in his house. He had two special friends who lived with him. These friends were his pets, and he loved them very much. One of his pets was a loyal dog. The dog was very brave and had a loud bark. His job was to be the guard of the house. All day long, he would walk around the yard, keeping a watchful eye on everything. If anyone new came near the house, the dog would bark to let the washerman know. He took his job very seriously and was a very good guard. The washerman's other pet was a strong and gentle donkey. The donkey was a very hard worker, just like the washerman. Every morning, the washerman would gather all the clothes that needed to be washed. He would tie them into big bundles. The donkey's job was to carry these heavy bundles of clothes. He would walk patiently beside the washerman all the way to the riverside. At the river, the washerman would wash the clothes until they were clean and bright. Then he would hang them up to dry in the warm sun. Once the clothes were dry, he would fold them neatly. The donkey would then carry the bundles of clean clothes back to the town. He never complained, even when the load was very heavy. He was a good and helpful donkey. So the dog and the donkey each had their own important job. The dog protected the house during the day, and the donkey helped the washerman with his work. They lived together with the washerman, and each day was much like the one before. The washerman would work, the dog would watch, and the donkey would carry. One night, the day's work was all done. The sun went down, and the big, bright moon climbed into the dark sky. The washerman was very tired from his long day of washing clothes. He had his dinner and went to his bed to sleep. Soon, he was sleeping soundly, dreaming sweet dreams. The whole town was quiet and peaceful. That same night, a thief was walking silently through the dark streets of the town. He was looking for a house to sneak into. He saw the washerman's little house and thought it looked like an easy place to find something valuable. The thief moved very quietly, like a shadow, so that no one would hear or see him. Inside the yard, the dog, who is usually a great guard, was also very, very tired. He had spent the whole day running and playing and watching the house. Now he was curled up in his corner, fast asleep. He was sleeping so deeply that he did not hear the soft footsteps of the thief. He did not smell a stranger coming near, and so the dog did not bark, but someone else was not asleep. The donkey was wide awake. He was standing quietly in a spot in the yard, looking up at the stars. From where he stood, he saw the thief climb over the wall and creep into the yard. The donkey saw the thief moving towards the house, trying to open the door very gently. The donkey knew this was wrong. A stranger was trying to get into his master's house while his master was sleeping. The donkey thought, "Oh no, the thief is here. I must wake up my master. He is in danger." He looked over at the dog, but the dog was still fast asleep. The dog was not barking. The donkey knew he had to do something, and he had to do it fast. The donkey thought about what he could do. He couldn't run and nudge his master awake. He couldn't bark like the dog. But he did have a voice, a very, very loud voice. So the donkey decided to use his voice to wake up the washerman. He took a big, deep breath, and then he began to bray. It was not a quiet bray. It was the loudest bray the donkey had ever made. Hee-haw, hee-haw, hee-haw! His loud call echoed through the silent night. He brayed again and again, as loudly as he could. He wanted to be sure his master would hear him. The thief, who was just about to open the door, got a huge fright. He was not expecting such a loud noise in the middle of the quiet night. He thought someone had seen him. He panicked. In his fear, the thief quickly turned around, scrambled back over the wall, and ran away into the darkness as fast as his legs could carry him. He did not want to be caught. Inside the house, the washerman was suddenly woken up by the loud braying. He sat up in his bed, confused. What is that noise? He wondered. Why is the donkey braying so loudly in the middle of the night? The braying did not stop. It was so loud that the washerman could not go back to sleep. Feeling very cross, the washerman got out of his bed. He came out of his house, rubbing his sleepy eyes. He saw his donkey in the yard, still braying at the top of his lungs. The washerman looked around. He did not see the thief because the thief had already run away. He did not see any danger. All he saw was his donkey making a lot of noise for no reason. The washerman was very annoyed. He thought the donkey was just being silly and disturbing his sleep. He walked over to the donkey and said, "Be quiet, why are you making so much noise?" To make the donkey stop braying, the washerman picked up a stick that was lying on the ground. He started to beat the poor donkey with the stick, telling him to be quiet. The donkey was very sad and confused. He had only been trying to help. He had scared away the thief and saved his master's house. But his master did not understand. The washerman thought the donkey was misbehaving. The poor donkey stopped braying and stood there silently, feeling hurt. The washerman went back into his house, grumbling about being woken up. He did not know that his house was safe and his belongings were still there, all thanks to his brave donkey. The donkey had done the dog's job, but instead of a thank you, he got a beating. Even so, in his own way, the gentle donkey was a hero that night.